This is Rusty, ranting again on Rusty Rants. And I'm here today to talk about this email that I got from a friend of mine who happened to work with. Now, he used to live for a long time down in Texas, so he gets these news articles sent to him in his email from things going on in Texas, and he found something that was rather disturbing. See, the point is, there are a whole bunch of people of Latino or Hispanic descent down in south part of Texas who they're about 40, 50 years old right in there, and a lot of people down in South Texas happen to have midwives for their birth attendants instead of going to the hospital. Now, some of it may be because they're poor. Some people actually choose to have home births or unassisted births, believe it or not. Well, in the case with these people, for the most part it was economic, but they had a midwife. It was good enough back then, and they got birth certificates, the midwife signed off on it and everything, and everybody knew that they were born here and they were citizens. Well, the thing is, they had court cases recently where they found out some midwives had signed off on some people that had been born in Mexico, but they said they were born here. Not all of them, just a handful, some of them. Well, the funny thing is now, the government, in all their infinite wisdom, is saying, hey, look, if some of these midwives falsified the records, then we can't be sure of any record that's been signed by a midwife for a birth certificate. So, if you happen to be Latino right now, and you're in South Texas, and you're trying to get a passport so that you can go visit your friends or your relatives over in Mexico, you know, down the road a little bit, which we need a passport starting in 2009, well, if you happen to have a birth certificate signed by a midwife, that's not good enough anymore. If it's signed by a doctor, you're okay. But if it's signed by a midwife, you got to go through and get all sorts of other documentation. Try to find the midwife if you can and get her sign an affidavit. You need to get school records and shot records and credit reports. Like those are things that a non-citizen couldn't have access to getting. And a lot of these people, they're going through all these hassles, getting all this paperwork, sending it to the government on their request just to get denied for their passport anyway. And on top of that, if they get denied for their passport, they also have a little thing in the envelope that says, oh, since we said you're not a citizen for a passport, I guess you're just not a citizen. Now, they haven't deported anybody yet, but, you know, if you're a non-citizen living here, now you're like, you know, one of those undocumented aliens maybe, because you're not a citizen evidently. They haven't deported anybody yet, but I bet you they're going to try sooner or later because that's the next thing coming. And what? Oh, well, you're Hispanic, so I guess you go back to Mexico because that must be where you're from since you're not a citizen of the United States. This is Rusty, ranting again on Rusty Rants.